What a crazy few days it has been for the day before. This finally got an early access release on December 7th, and 4 days later, last night in fact, the company that makes the day before Fantastic announced that they are closing down. They're going to cease to exist. What the hell happened here? There's a lot of people, it was trending yesterday, there's so much discussion going on about this. Everybody's calling scam. They think that the developers are currently jumping out of a plane in a remote location with all of the bags of cash that they've earned from releasing this in early access, and they're calling daylight robbery, and you can understand why. But what I want to quickly do in this video today, where we got the backdrop of this announcement trailer that they released on January the 29th, 2021. Let's just go through the timeline of events. So this trailer first dropped and it even caught my eye. It looked absolutely fantastic. An open world survival MMO is what we were sold, and they did a good job of showcasing this gameplay. It looked very, very good. It got a lot of attention, put it that way. Now, after this was released, there's more trailers throughout the following months, and then they announced a mega event in October 2021. I actually covered that mega event. I was very excited at the time. And the mega event announced that the game will be released on the 21st of June 2022 on PC and console. At the end of this event though, which was very, very strange, they also announced another title called Prop Night that players could play now as part of a beta, and that game was going to be released in November 2021. Now, you fast forward to 2022, and a few weeks before the release date of the day before, it was announced that there would be a delay so that they could move the game onto the Unreal Engine 5. A new date of March 1st, 2023 was announced, and it was worth mentioning that Prop Night was still heavily being worked on with a rebirth of the game and a second launch. More trailers were being posted of the day before to try and keep that spark going, but another narrative had started to spread. It came to light about Fantastic's volunteering culture, and the fact that it appeared that many volunteers were being asked to work on the day before without payment for their work, and instead they'd just get some cool rewards. Throughout the rest of 2022, Prop Night continued to be worked on, and a lot of the public interested in the day before were losing faith in the title, with many stating that the game was not real and it was a scam. Between January of 2021 through to the end of 2022, the day before became one of the most wishlisted games on Steam. It had a lot of attention. All of a sudden, the day before is removed from Steam. This then led to even more people to believe that this game was never really going to happen, and a lot more people were jumping on the wagon of this game is a scam. Fantastic did announce that they had gone into a copyright dispute of the name for the day before because somebody had registered the name before they did on a mobile app that was published over a decade ago. Once removed from Steam, a new date was set for November 10th, 2023 for its release. It appeared that the delay for the release was because of the ongoing copyright dispute, but Fantastic did admit that the delay was coming anyway as they needed more time. By this point, the day before had lost a lot of confidence from its fans, and it was getting hard to find anybody who actually still believed in this game. People thought that the game was either a scam and was never going to release, or the developer had bitten off more than they could chew. Fantastic did respond to these scam allegations with a brand new gameplay trailer, and they assured fans that it was not a scam. They said the game would be coming out on November the 10th no matter what, and they solved the copyright dispute to get the game back onto Steam. They did win a little bit of confidence back, but then on November 1st, just over a week from its release, it got one final delay, with the new release date being December 7th. Not only this, but the game would now only be releasing on PC and no other platforms as promised earlier, and it was going to be an early access game for $39, with the full game being $49 when it gets fully released. A beta was also announced, but only for volunteers that had supported the game and not the public. Fast forward to December 7th, and the day before, early access did actually get released. But look at this, 20,714 reviews with an overall review score of overwhelmingly negative. If we hover over that, only 16% of those reviews for the game were positive, and it is actually one of the most worst reviewed game in Steam's history. Fast forward then to December the 11th, yesterday, just 4 days after the release of the early access, they released this statement. They announced the closure of Fantastic Studio. They say that they failed financially. They invested all their efforts, resources, and man hours into the development of the day before, which was our first huge game. It's important to note that we didn't take any money from the public during the development of the day before. There were no pre-orders, no crowdfunding campaigns. We worked tirelessly for 5 years putting blood, sweat, and tears into this game. We apologize if we didn't meet your expectations. We did everything within our power, but unfortunately, we miscalculated our capabilities. We're grateful to everyone who supported us during these difficult years. It's been a fantastic journey over the past 8 years, and to give a timeline of the studio. So what the hell happened to this game, going from such a great announcement trailer, getting so much hype, the years following, to eventually getting a release and then the closure of the studio? You can understand why people are calling scam here. We have another statement by Fantastic just before the game got released. The statement was titled "Revelations from Fantastic ahead of the day before's release. To our future player who'll dive into the game on December 7th, we made this for you. You'll enjoy the game and it becomes a celebration. Together we'll continue improving the game and adding content." To the person who didn't believe in us, so they did call out these people. I was one of them. I was even calling possible scam myself. We made this game for you too. We accept any kind of criticism and don't hold a grudge against you. Before we continue moving forward together, kindly allow us to note a few things. Forgive us for not being the best marketing and teasers. Please don't accuse us of scamming. This is not true. We didn't take a penny from anyone. Please don't accuse us of asset flip. Please don't underestimate our work. To our supporter, no matter what, thank you for protecting us from injustice and fakes. To our future streamer showing the game on December the 7th, we wish you many views and new subscribers. To our volunteer who supported us not only with words but with deeds, your support helped us get to this day. And to the partner who believed in us despite all the difficulties, thank you for supporting us from the genesis of development. Your advice and support helped us make the game. As Christmas and New Year are approaching, we wish joy and happiness to your family. We love everyone. So since Fantastic closed down their business, they've also took the website offline. They've been removing loads of videos that are on the internet, on the YouTube channels, and they also deleted the Discord, or closed the Discord down. Levitate, though, did post in the Discord, who was one of the mods or admins for the Discord server before it closed down, with this message. It's worth mentioning they're not a dev, and they just put a last goodbye and thank you from myself and the rest of the moderation team and volunteers. We appreciated all the fun we've had over the time we spent here. We had our community ups and downs. The kind words today were appreciated from the mods. FN, who's fantastic, fumbled and tried to use us as a scapegoat. One day someone will make this game as we all desire, and for those who still need a refund, check out this Reddit link. Furthermore, there's this article over on PC Games about this statement made on the Discord with Levitate. And if you have a read through this, the user Levitate has been on the front lines of the day before's Discord server since its launch last week. They've got an official Fantastic tag and are listed as a moderator for the Zombies game server as well. But they have now added the not a dev descriptor to the profile as they answer player questions about the state of the game. They allege that they haven't heard from the developer Fantastic and have been issuing statements to players based on what they were told before launch, while apologizing for the current state of the game. You can only imagine what Levitate and other Discord mods were having to deal with after this, and Levitate was made to explain themselves on multiple occasions. It seems that they really did throw them under the bus with this one. Fantastic's communication since announcing that the studio was closing has been non-existent. However, we did get this tweet today answering those asking for a refund. They said to answer those who asked for a refund, my toner, who were the investors, I believe, the publishers, and we are currently working with Steam to allow refunds for any player who chooses to request one, regardless of game time. Fantastic received $0 and will receive nothing from the day before sales. But just look at this. Kuipershot puts out a message there, and the response to that is, this was our first big experience. Shit happens. How does one go from this huge statement, beefing the game up, a call to action, rallying the fans, to shit happens? I genuinely do not know where I stand with this. I think this is unprecedented. I don't think we've seen anything quite like this in the gaming industry so far. And I know we've had some very poor releases, and we've lost a lot of confidence in game developers over the last few years. It's been going on for a while, but I think Cyberpunk started something that just hasn't stopped since. A lot of game developers are taking the time now. They don't want to be pushing out games so quick because of what happened with Cyberpunk a couple of years ago, and they're trying to get that trust back. Investors aren't wanting to invest in games like they used to. The gaming industry is in a little bit of a mess right now, and this only adds to that. This is a terrible experience for the consumer to go through. Like, imagine spending $39 on an early access game to then be told 4 days later, sorry, we're closing the game down. It's nothing like this has ever happened, and this is just going to furthermore make people even more, I'm going to say, scared of putting investment into games. The consumer getting heavily invested into a game and parting with their cash. It's not good. They say the gaming industry is in decline right now, and it's stuff like this that keeps on putting it into further decline, and it's a shady state of affairs. Now, I don't think this was a scam. I don't think these developers set out to go and scam you and rob you of your money. I don't think that's what it is, although I can fully understand why people think it is that. I do truly believe they wanted to deliver a game to you. I just think that they overshot their mark and their capabilities, as they said, and I think this just got far too more than what they could chew. They attempted to do too much. They had other things going on, like with that other side project they had with that other, was it, prop night game, and they had to deliver a product in the end. You know, this has been hyped for years. As we've discussed, it was one of the most wishlisted games on Steam. There was a lot of attention. They didn't want to cancel that. They obviously wanted to capitalize on that. And I believe they did get 200,000 sales on the first day on Steam. So that sounds quite good. But I'm thinking they were probably hoping for more. And it was a horrible release as well. We go back to those reviews. People hated the game. It was nothing that was promised. An MMO survival was promised, and what we got was like an extraction shooter at best. And it was nothing that people were sold, which is why people think they've been lied to. It's horrible. This has been the storyline though from start to finish of the day before. This is where we're currently at. If you did buy this game, Steam are offering refunds, as you saw in that tweet. Now, they normally have a rule that when you've played 2 hours you can't get a refund, but they are going to waiver that rule for you. So go and get a refund of the game, learn from this experience, and be careful who you're trusting in the future, because obviously it's a vicious world out there, and we can't just believe the hype all of the time, which I think this game was built on. A lot of hype around one announcement trailer, which then went on and on and on to this terrible release. Well, thank you for watching this video. I just wanted to do a quick timeline today of the things that have gone on the day before from that announcement trailer. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit like, subscribe for more content, and until next time, stay safe and peace out.